What do you do when you're out training and you run into a Triathlon Queensland ambassador but ask for an interview? I'd like to introduce you to Belinda Norton, Triathlon Queensland ambassador. Welcome, Belinda.
Thank you, Ted. Nice to see you today. Okay, so I got into triathlon through the schools program at Alex Hills. I made the Queensland team when I was only 15. And then I became Triathlon Queensland's ambassador when I've been involved in triathlons for such a long time through Olympic distance training as well as Ironman training. Yeah, so it initially started here at Alex Hills. There was just a small squad, and then also through Cleveland Pool. And then when I moved down to the Gold Coast, I joined Surfers Paradise Tri Squad, and then we sort of grabbed onto Bill Davron's Tri Squad down there, which was more of a, I suppose, an elite team of all professional triathletes, and then I was there forever. Training really well is to join with a squad, and the main importance of that is you have everybody around you to help you, to push you, to get you going. When you're training alone, it's really a mental game, and sometimes we're too exhausted to even think about that, so squad training is the way. Okay, number one is family. When you're a mum, it's trying to set those routines around your family to ensure that you can get training. But it's also making sure that you don't train too hard and that you don't get over the top with it. It's a very easy sport to become addicted to, as you are well aware.
Well aware.
So fitting it in amongst family is really important because you don't want to leave that aside. So it's getting those sessions in, quality every single time, and not worrying about doing too much distance. And then if you are just after having a baby, it's really important that you do a lot of stationary bike training. You don't want to be out on the bike. But a coach has to be really strong with me. They have to just tell me that it is, I don't know what you're doing. It almost needs to be the opposite for me. I need to be told that you're not quite good at that. What are you doing? When are you going to improve on this? This is not as, but for most people, they need more encouragement than that.
Side,
yeah, and the nurturing side, which I'm sure you do, Ted.
We do both at Starfish. We've got Ben, who is a lot more authoritarian, and we'll call a spade, and then you've got myself that's that little bit more nurturing style coach that will encourage and guide you through. So at Starfish, we've got a great combination of both.
Okay, first of all, a woman's body is very different to a man's body. So, for example, we need a lot of speed in our body. We're already born endurance athletes, and so we can go and go and go and go. So the importance, yeah. So the importance is that we put in a lot of quality into our sessions. So we actually do incredibly well by doing a lot of speed sessions in short distances, and not putting in the time that a male athlete has to put in.
Yeah. So
I used to be very much a goal-based athlete, and I would, train towards certain goals, towards certain times, and making sure that I analysed every detail of it. But now I'm more of a lifestyle athlete. I go for, everything now is about my health. So everything is about the mobility of my total body, and that's what I really want women to do, particularly, is look after themselves, because we can't afford to not be at home with kids or not be working with our own kids. Yeah, I'm a firm believer of making lifestyle changes, and particularly for our kids, which is the most important. We're the role model, us as parents, and so if we're not showing our kids the way to just fun fitness, as well as the food that we're putting in, the nutrition for our bodies, they're never going to know, because there's so much out there nowadays that is not great, and kids will just grab onto that. So that's the most important. Obviously, setting your transition and then coming out of the water, and often you'd be like, I'd be first out of the water and then come to transition and be like, where did I put my bike? So that one's obvious. Here at Raby Bay, be really careful coming up that ramp. I have slipped over and face planted so many times. You're not quite, you're out training, you're sitting at a set of lights and you're clipped in and you're waiting and you're talking and you're like, yeah, you've got all the confidence in the world, and suddenly you know that you are going over and everybody's watching. Oh, I still think about this to this day. I think it's going to probably make me a bit emotional though. My best friend Emma Snowsaw and I training with Luke Harrop out in the cane fields out at the back of Chillingham, and we used to do this ride so often, and it was every single weekend, and then we'd run off the bike, and it still now sends chills, like the conversations that we'd have out amongst those cane fields. And yeah, that was one of the saddest times in my life, but also the most brilliant to see Emma where she is now and who she is and what she has achieved. And yeah. To thank Ted for running into me today and making me stop and have this conversation with him. And it's been lovely to catch up with the Starfish gang here at Alex Hills. That's where you're training. Come on, shout us out. Where are you?
Alex Hills. Hopefully we will we'll get Belinda back for our January camp. But yeah, Alex Hills, Starfish Fitness. Get us on Facebook or Instagram.
Get us there. Experience is the way, and Ted has been around for a very long time. Oh my goodness.